Welkom allemaal bij een gloednieuwe podcast. En we gaan het in het Engels doen vandaag, want we hebben een gast. We hebben eigenlijk twee gasten. Natuurlijk onze Dwayne zit hier. Maar wie hier ook aanschuift is een hele grote meneer van Warhorse Studios. Warhorse ken je natuurlijk van KCD2, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Onze Dwayne gaf hem een 9,5. We vinden het leuk dat Toby er is, dus we gaan er gewoon even induiken. Toby, that was the Dutch intro. We're skipping all the Dutch words from now on, going into English. How are you doing? Can you start off by saying, what do you do? What are you doing here? Mm-hmm. What's your job at Warhorse? Why are you in Holland? That kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. So, hi everyone, I'm Toby. I'm the communications director at Warhorse Studios, and I was invited to visit Castlefest actually here in the Netherlands. So, the weekend ahead of me, I'm going there and looking forward to all the geeks and history and fantasy fans there. But since I'm here for a few days, I thought, hey, how about visiting some old friends? So I'm here with you guys, Power Unlimited, and tell you a few things about KCD if you have the questions. I hope that everyone played it. So there you go. And right now at the studio, we are preparing our second DLC. The game does great. The feedback is, I must humbly say, way bigger and way better than we honestly expected. So that's a good one. We are on a wave, and on and around Gamescom we will show the second DLC that is then releasing in September.
Yeah, you excited for the DLC, Dwayne?
Yeah.
You're a fanboy, right?
I'm officially fanboyed. Yeah. I'm going to be at Gamescom to try the DLC as well. So.
Well, you are up for a treat. It will be the biggest DLC we have prepared, so that's a good one. And
is it because the main game is too small? Not enough hours, so you need DLC to really flesh it out?
You know, maybe. So, thing is, the DLC, the way how we thought of those already in the first game and now also in the second is that we try to bring something new that enhances the gameplay, not some random new quest or whatever, but something like a new feature. Mm-hmm. Anything else that makes it more spicy or more interesting or more whatever, pretty much. And the first DLC was being developed more or less while we were releasing the game. So it had to be naturally a bit smaller because the focus was, of course, on releasing the game in a stable and nice way. The second DLC, now we had our hands free a little bit more. Mm-hmm. So it's bigger and better, and we also took some time to gather feedback from the player base, what they like and what they would appreciate and so on, and figured that with the second DLC we address most of the stuff.
What's the big thing? If you're looking at player feedback, what is the one thing that just keeps coming back that players want? Can you guess, Dwayne, what it is?
Combat.
Yeah?
Combat.
What is it about the combat?
As bad. As bad.
Is the combat bad?
No, it's not bad. It's just, in the first game, it was absolutely not accessible, I think. I tried it about a year ago. Summer last year, I played part 1. And I found that the combat, when you're facing multiple enemies, and I would say more than 3, I thought the combat just collapsed on itself.
That's the first.
It's in the first, because you have these attack directions. So you can attack in, I think, 5 directions and one stab attack,
yes,
which was a part input.
Mm-hmm. In KCD1 it was head, shoulders, bottom, left, right, and stab. So you had 6 in total. Yeah,
6 in total. Yeah, and it was a lot to manage, especially when you have like 3 guys in full armor in front of you.
That's the same as in real life.
That's
every time I walk into 3 guys in full armor, I have so much trouble winning that fight.
They will cut you to pieces, literally. Yeah. So part 2 vastly simplified the manner of attacking, but the amount of combos you can focus on now is way more, because in part 1 you were just trying to stay alive. Not even bothering about combinations of attacks. And now you can actually fight and do real cool stuff.
Is he right, Toby? Is it the combat that's the main thing that you're hearing from fans?
No, that's not the main thing we hear from fans. However, you have a good point here. So in the first game, I always kept saying that it's easy to learn but hard to master the combat. I think the hard to master is something we really nailed. The easy to learn, not so much. So, and as I said earlier, we tried hard to gather feedback and see what the people liked and didn't like. And the combat was one of the things that we in the second game, overhauled most. You used simplified. I think our combat designers would hate that word. They made it more approachable, I guess. So less wonky, less clunky, more responsive. The animations, there's more animations than there were before. Therefore, it feels faster and quicker and so on. We had some kind of slow motion system in the first game, which we figured out isn't helping the gameplay at all. It actually makes it look weird. So these kind of things were all kicked out. And the result is that it is much more... accessible than it was in the first game. Therefore, I think generally the combat just feels nicer and better than it did in the first game. And we also adjusted the AI a little bit, the way how the enemies are approaching you. In the first game, they were all cycling you up, and then you were in the middle of a bulk of people, and you really had no time or no chance almost. So really, as you say, if they were, it's mainly a duel based combat. It works best if you fight with one person. If there's several, then you get into trouble. But exactly as you said, this is how it would look like when you get in the streets fighting several dudes at once. They try to outflank you. And in the second game, we made the AI a little bit less clever in the term of that they're not like waiting to come one and one towards you.
They're not rushing.
They're not rushing
at the same time.
They're not as aggressive as they have been in the first game, though their combat proficiency is stronger than they had in the first game. So it's but the one thing that people are coming up to so far, I guess, about KCD1, but especially KCD2, is, I guess, immersiveness. The way that they say they feel when they fire up the game, that they really believe that they're inside Bohemia. Bohemia doesn't even matter. That they're inside some kind of forest, some kind of medieval area. That the castle seems legit. That the NPCs, the way how they talk to you and how they want stuff from you, that it all kind of makes sense. That a huntsman is not telling you, hey, go hunt some stuff for me. Why? Go hunt for yourself. You're a huntsman. Right? So, but everything is somehow connected. That the NPCs are believable. The quests are believable. The area, the plot is believable. And the immersion level, that's, I think, what people...
Yes, the world truly feels rooted in that time period. People are... the peasants will... If you look like a peasant, people will talk to you like a peasant. They will be very disrespectful if you look like covered in shit and mud and walk into a fancy town.
Yeah, like you're from Eindhoven.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Thanks a lot, man.
I want to get a bit deeper into KCD2, of course, and the release. But before we do that, a communications director. Can you explain to the people what do you do? What does your day-to-day look like?
I'm trying to shape the communications or the public face of the studio, of Warhorse Studios, of the games, Kingdom Come 1 and 2, and everything that follows up. And I'm trying to maintain or be the bridge between the outside world, media, and the developers. So our devs can focus on what they do best, working on games. And I am trying to bring those games to press and to the people, show it to them, gather the information, bring it back to them again. And I'm in constant dialogue with them about possible enhancements. This is what the people say. This is what press say. We should maybe think of that. We should do this or that. We should present on Gamescom, for instance. So I'm doing all the events. I'm trying to figure out which events make sense. And if we go there, what are we actually showing there, and so on and so on. So it's really the selling, not physically selling, but selling the product before it's actually released, and make sure that everyone...
like shaping the narrative, the image from the outside.
Exactly, and trying to make sure that also the expectations of the players, which is usually the biggest problem, is then matching with the game itself, because what some people in their head make up is funny. So sometimes
when I first heard, because we of course got we of course got an email like, Toby from Warhorse coming, communication director, and I was thinking back, and what I found really interesting is you've had like 2 games, KCD1, KCD2. They both had their like own controversies. KCD1 was like, oh, there were no black people, so a lot of people were a bit pissed off or saying they were pissed off. KCD2 are like, oh, there's guys kissing and gay moments and it's woke. And then you also have like Daniel Varva. He's a director. Am I saying that correctly?
Creative
director, who is, which I love, not afraid to like speak up and call out, which in for your job might be like, oh shit, he tweeted this, he said that. How do you tackle those? Because gaming has changed. Gamers have changed, like the grifters online, the people just starting shit just to start shit, engagement bait, you name it. And these controversies blow up way more than they used to, like years ago. How do you see their roles and those kind of criticism in this landscape, in this day and age? Is that tough to deal with?
Well, it's ridiculous most of the time, of course. And very often those controversies or those discussions are only for the sake of discussions and controversies. So rarely they actually do have some kind of material thing you can talk about. And even if you want to talk about with those people, then usually they are not really interested in arguments. So
they just want their engagement. They don't really care.
And exactly. And it's useless. Fighting windmills, since we're here in the Netherlands, right?
Yeah.
So fighting windmills, it really... Of course, KCD had its fair share of moments. KCD1, exactly as you said, were called out to be whitewashing the Middle Ages. KCD2 is again...
Dwayne couldn't even play it. He started it up. He's like, I'm black, I can play this.
I didn't work. The initial playthrough, I quit like 2 hours. Like, what's this?
And the second game, again, was called out to being woke and appealing to norms and whatnot. Yeah. And, you know, what was funny is... tragic actually, is that both of those controversies or both those discussions engaged days or weeks before the release of the game, which, I mean, cool, everyone talks about it, maybe not in a good way, but everyone talks about it. But the point I'm trying to make is that no one played the game or judged the game. They were just judging some weird ideas or illusions, and that was what I meant with the earlier when I said that you have to like do expectation management with the people. And it's like, you know, in most cases, saying nothing and just keep doing what you're doing and stand behind your choices and ideas and so on is the best way, and really rarely makes sense to go into open fights and whatever.
That's what I was wondering, because in I think in a lot of other branches, a lot of other types of industries, like stuff like this almost requires a statement. I think in gaming, it might be best just to, dude, you scream into your little audience, whatever you want. We're just gonna shut up and make a great game.
You know, they in the second game, they some of those people called it like non-binary or something like that, like buy with B-U-Y.
Yeah.
You shouldn't buy, but
on
the other hand, I think I am convinced that 99% of those people, 99.9% of those people wouldn't buy the game anyway. It's just, again, only for controversy's sake. So if I could choose, I would, of course, not have any controversial stuff at all, because it's just really annoying. That's the right word. But on the other hand, I think and that is the important note here, with KCD1 and KCD2, both of those games are 110% out of our own both are our own handwriting. No one ever told us what to do and not to do. Both of those games are the vision of Daniel Vavra, who is the father of this franchise, let's say, IP, Kingdom Come Deliverance, and we at Warhorse Studios are helping shape that product. It started with two guys saying, hey, how about we do this medieval game? And now we are almost 300 people. So, of course, with 300 different minds and ideas. And what I appreciate a lot about Warhorse Studios is that we have a relatively flat hierarchy structure. So everyone can disagree and agree and give ideas and kick down ideas. You just need to be able to represent your own ideas, so fight for it. Makes most of the processes much longer. We took 7 years working on KCD2, but the result is so much better.
Yeah. Dwayne, you because we were talking before, that's something you were wondering about as well, right? Like the growth of the studio.
Yeah. I was wondering, like, when Warhorse Studios started in 2011, I think. Can you explain a little bit about the origins of the studio and how Kingdom Come came to be?
So Daniel Vavra was working. He was working on the Mafia games, so Mafia 1 and Mafia 2. So Illusion Softworks was the original studio name. Then it was taken over by 2K, I think. They created 2K Czech. At some point between Mafia 2 and Mafia 3, he decided that he wanted to try something else, something new, go another way, and left the company and created... Well, he didn't create a studio yet. He had just had this idea that he's... In the Czech Republic, the Middle Ages are a huge thing. Every kid knows and loves knights and castles, everything. I recently heard that I think the Czech Republic has the most amount of castles and chateaus per square kilometer, like on landmass. So that's it's in our DNA. But a thing that he didn't appreciate is that most medieval stuff is somehow connected to fantasy or to really like weirdness.
It's strategy game, and then it's like real. And if it's not a strategy game, then it's mostly you have magic and dragons as well.
Exactly. So he said, "Hey, how about we try something else? How about we try to show it how it could have looked like, be more authentic, take a story that really happened. Of course, place your own story in there. That is like historical fiction, so that you can tell a story within a story and so on." And he was looking for other veterans of the gaming studio who were brave enough to quit their jobs and only work on promises and hope that this will sell at some time and sometime later. But there was a problem. So they got the crew. They were making vertical slices and everything, but they couldn't find a publisher by that time. And as I said, there was before 2011. 2011 was when they actually started Warhorse Studios. They created that and were trying to find a publisher. Most publishers said, "Great, but how about you do a Facebook game?" Because there was a time when Facebook games were...
This was in between PS.
Exactly, you were right before PS3.
Yeah.
Right, it was before PS3 and... Was it? Or PS4? PS4?
Yeah, because PS2
PS4
was like
Yeah,
2000.
yeah.
PS4.
Yeah.
It was
PS4.
right before PS4 and Xbox One, actually. And publisher by that time said that console gaming is gone and gaming anyway is gone and Facebook games is the new. It's always the same. It's
always
repeating.
dying. Yeah.
It's always dying. Also single player
Single
games
players
are always dying.
Yeah. Last year we were having single player games. This year.
Yeah, it's all dying. And luckily they didn't find any money, any publisher, any nothing. But there was like this Czech. Actually, coal baron, so coal mining.
Coal mining.
You know what? There's some boys making video games. I like video games. Maybe when I was a kid, here some peanut money, play game money, and you do yours. Of course, it wasn't like that, but exaggerating. But still, and there was also the time of Kickstarter when the Kickstarter thing started to become a thing, and it was collectively decided that KCD1 will try Kickstarter. This will be the last straw because the investor said, "Hey, dudes, like the publishers are saying they don't want a game. Like, is that game actually a thing?"
Yeah.
Or like, so Kickstarter was a way how to let the people vote with their wallets. It's pretty much a market research in a way. And I think they wanted 300,000 British pounds. And got 1.1 million at the end. And the point was that they had the idea of KCD, but they were afraid to put a 80-hour game on Kickstarter and ask for so much money. So the idea was then we cut it into 3 acts, Act 1 to 3. They will be all 20 hours each, and we'll release one after another. So 300,000 should be enough to kickstart that.
For the first act.
It worked out, but it was a sink or swim situation because if that would have failed, the studio would have never started work on the game actually. This was also the time when I got hired because with the successful Kickstarter in January 14, they were like, "Damn it, now we have to talk to the people and actually do something." So I'm among the first 30 or 35 or so developers at Warhorse. We worked on the alphas, betas. We really quickly decided that the act thing is not working out, that it doesn't make sense to do logical cuts. So we scratched that really early and released one KCD1 that got released in 2018. So 4 years of working. In 2019, we then started with KCD2. It was always clear that we will do a second one. But again, the release of KCD1 was another sink or swim situation. We, for instance, had ideas of DLCs, but didn't start working on them because we weren't 100% sure that the game will actually sell good enough so that we can do that. It did. We could work on the DLCs, started to work on the second game in 2019. Thought how this will be much faster because we already have the assets and pipelines and whatnot, and it turned out almost twice as long as the first game. So 7 years of it terrible. But again, luckily released in 2025 in January, and now I can sit here with you.
Now we're here. I you probably heard of this because it's a global phenomenon, of course. Our Pupquiz, because the first 3 letters are Power Unlimited podcast. So shout out to Martin, who's still very proud of it. We have a Pupquiz. We do it at the end of the podcast. Normally, we're going to do it a little different now. Thing is, you both get 2 songs.
Okay.
And you have to guess what it is.
And those are intros, right?
Those
intros from...
Intros, maybe a starting menu here and there, but it's the intro of a game. You have to guess the game. You both get 2 of them. And then there's like a bonus one, like first one to get it can shout it out. And I want to start with you. We made it easy for you. Definitely fucking over Dwayne today. So
God.
He's away.
Thanks, man.
The pressure's on.
The pressure is on. And I want to do it a little different. Instead of saving everything to the end, I want to start the first song. You'll hear about 10 seconds, 11 seconds, something like that. And you can think about it and you can take one guess what it is. And then we'll take it from there. So let's start our first song.
Mafia.
No, you can only get one guess.
Okay. Clear Obscure.
That's your guess?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can listen as long as you want, right?
Okay, sorry.
You want to hear the rest? Or
Yes,
are you...
give me the rest.
Okay, give him the rest.
Yes, Clear Obscure.
Okay, he doesn't need to...
But when I heard the seagulls, I thought it's you give me Mafia 1 there.
No, I did think about
Fly over Lost Heaven.
I literally did think about having Mafia, but it's Clair Obscur. And the reason I picked this one is I want to go back to your release. Clair Obscur is one of the games people are saying, oh, this is going to be game of the year. You guys release a game and you don't know in advance, like you know, you have your feelers out, you know, people like it. This game is going to be good. It's going to be great, whatever. But all of a sudden when you release, you are everyone's saying this is a game of the year contender.
Of course.
Take me back to that release, to that week, the moment the first reviews come in. How is it? Are you sitting together at the studio when the embargo lifts?
That's exactly what happened. So we originally planned to release in 2024 in November-ish, so at the end of the last year. And the reason we couldn't was that voiceovers are actually usually, at least in our company, a bottleneck. So we had to postpone a little bit to make sure that the game releases with all the voiceovers in there and not like releasing one after the other. So the next possible was February. So we skipped Christmas. Because you don't release games there, of course not. Next was February, but the game was ready. Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah, we of course upgraded it further. The release, the postpone of the release is the only reason why. Luckily, our programmers in the office said, "Okay, let's try to tweak it even further." And they got this eureka moment last second, really, that we managed to have 60 frames per second on consoles. That's something that wasn't planned before, and it was really a bit of a lucky accident, kinda. But this tweaking of the console platform, console build, also benefited the PC version because these like cleverness how to save some memory leaks and whatnot in the game then also benefited the PC version, and this led to the fact that we were able to, all these things led to the fact that we were able to send review code in, I think they came January 3rd or 4th or something like this, a month before release.
By the way, sorry, Dwayne, put your chair up a little bit. Your mic's in front of your face. Yeah, sorry, Toby.
This was right a month before the release, and press was absolutely losing their shit in a positive way. Having
and you know that once like we start playing, you already get some feedback here and there.
well, not really, but the idea was, since we give the review code so early, we had, hey, listen, how about 1 week in, so I don't know what, like 10th of January, you can give us like your first impressions, preview of the review, kinda. And you know, when you're working, I think it's in all creative jobs, even if you're a painter or sculptor or whatever, you for the longest time think your project is really shit until someone tells you, hey, listen, it's actually really good.
Yeah.
And January 10th or so was the moment where we like losing our shit in the office, because then the previews came in and they were like, oh my god. And we were like, oh my god. Like,
And those were the impressions of the first map only.
Of the review build as well.
You did the review. Well. I did the review build, and you have like two maps in KCD2, and the previews were centered around the first map.
Yes.
And those were very, very positive. I read a lot of them as well.
Yes.
And yeah, I can imagine that you guys were partying at the office.
That was crazy. But I did a little mistake in there, because I in my head I was thinking, so how do you usually do the previews? You at some point want the press to stop and just please, if you talk about the preview, just talk about this part of the game, this little part, and you can talk whatever you want. And I told the guys, hey, there's main quest number 4, which is a wedding. On that wedding, that's the natural break. It's a main quest. And in my head, and in the dev's head, it was really like, people will play the game, do a little bit side questing, go to that main quest, that's it.
Yeah.
However, because it's a huge open world with so many people in there and so many quests and all the things you can do around, here's a
preview from this game I played for 70 hours.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah, exactly.
And we had like 60 hours previews and stuff like that. Like, okay, we didn't expect that. But on the other hand, apparently someone thinks it's good. So this was the moment where it's like really crazy. Then
is that the champagne popping, or is the review period the true like we made it?
The review period? However, I must also honestly say it almost doesn't matter so much what press says. Of course it does, because this shapes the kind of idea,
but the first
expectations
judgment of the game.
Yes, but the 95% or so, or 94%, something like that on Steam right now, that's the best metric, I guess, because there's many people reviewing. This is what really matters most, in my opinion, because the people, when they actually play it, what they say. Because very often you have press and gamers saying like something completely different out of various reasons. But the champagne popping happened the day before the release, because that was our release party. And this is when we got the reviews in from the party started at 7, I think, and at 6, and at 7 was the embargo or something. So we had at our preview, on our release party, all the review scores highlighted. So it was the first time where everyone was seeing, and it was 9s everywhere. So that was good, 9s, 10s, 8s, which is also good that there was some statistical mistakes. Everyone gave 8, 9s, 10s. There was a 5 or 6 something, but again,
there's always one.
There's always one. Statistical error always happens.
Yes.
But overall,
someone needing that click and like, oh fuck, I'm gonna be the one.
You know, the interesting thing is, in KCD1, the reviews of KCD1 were all over the place. They were like 5s to 10s, and everyone highlighted or hated something differently. And it was really hard to pinpoint what
should we do for the sequel.
Exactly. What of the things are now the good things, and what are the bad things? The only thing that everyone unitedly agreed on was that it was too buggy, the first game. Yeah. So we did
a little bit of a Eurojank.
Yes, and we did much more work in the second game to make sure that in the end we just have like a feature stop, and now we have to only fix the game. And the previews and then reviews highlighted that as well. And as I said, since we were able to optimize the game for consoles, we then also are right now running on 120 frames or so on PC, so it's really crazy fast there. So it's good. We were lucky. Nice as well. So the champagne popping, as I said, 1 day before release, and then the day of release, when the first million in a day or so copies. So that was crazy.
That's a pretty good. one thing you said, which I'm wondering about, because we always think we're not developers. Obviously, a lot of us in the press aren't, and sometimes we write shit that is totally wrong, and developers are probably laughing at us. But you're talking about a few months making a huge difference in the quality of the final product. Usually when a product's like fucked up and it's like 3 months out from release, or there's a delay like 2 months or whatever, it's pretty easy from our side to say, oh, but how much can they really do in just 2 months after like 6 years? But those 2 months could make a pretty big difference, if I'm hearing you correctly.
Yeah, but it's a double-edged sword. On one hand, yes, every day can do wonders.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, because every day can do wonders, you have to have someone who's just saying, enough is enough, we have to ship the game. We postponed, I think, for first game 4 times or 5 times, like a terrible amount of times. And February 13th, 2018 was like, we have to release it no matter what. And bugs in, bugs out, doesn't matter. We have to get it out because at some point you just have to. Now with the second game, we are lucky that our publisher was on board, that we could afford it, that we kept it a little longer. We decided collectively that the game is in a good state, but the voiceover thing is actually so annoying that it releases only in English, for instance, then the Germans have to wait, Spanish have to wait, and so on until they can. It's just annoying for the customer.
Yeah.
And so collectively we decided, hey, listen, we do a bit more bug fixing, we finish the voiceover and everything. And meanwhile, as I said, luckily the programmers did some black magic, and then we are where we are. So I can't give you like when the game is beyond repair, then no month will ever save it anymore. The good thing is,
but
for
a game
us,
that's in an okay state, that could really benefit from even a month.
Of course. You will not get more features in there. No, absolutely not. This takes much longer, but you can make it play smoother, and that is important because, as I said, KCD1 was disliked a lot for its bugginess. So, and there was a time when we need more features, and we need this, and the combat, and then alchemy, and we wanted to have the blacksmithing already in the first game, but couldn't because it just took too much time. So we kicked that out again. So we had a bunch of features in there, and then all of a sudden was release day, and it's like, oh shit, we didn't have enough time to like make sure that all the systems work properly together. Now this time around, already in 2019. So the year when the entire studio started to work on KCD2, we were able to have on the drawing board like all the features of the game, and we're able to say yes, 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 no, 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 scratch, maybe. Yeah. And this is extremely important. We wanted to have stuff like Bard minigame and so on, which is cool ideas, but we said, hey, listen, we have to plan in a way that at the end we have enough time to make sure that everything plays
You need
better.
some focus.
We don't want to repeat the same mistakes.
Dwayne, are you ready?
I was wondering, really quickly before we do the second song.
You want to get that? You didn't get a single point last time we did the podcast. So
just keep rubbing it in my face, man.
You're stalling. But say what you want to say.
I was wondering, the being able to make the gameplay so smooth in relatively a short time, does it come down to your familiarity with the CryEngine, which the game is running on, because you've been using it for 2 games?
Absolutely.
And one of the biggest compliments I could give the KCD2 in my review was that it really felt like you truly mastered the CryEngine and knew what was possible and what wasn't possible, and make that work within the framework of the game. I was just wondering, what was the choice? Why did you choose for the CryEngine?
Because it's a great engine. So when we were choosing engines I don't know, even when 2012 or so, or somewhere there was the new Unreal wasn't there. CryEngine was the hit pretty much. And we were looking for something because we knew that we want to make an open world game, and that vegetation will be very important because it's a very foresty area and so on. And the CryEngine was just simply the best by that time. Nowadays, and that is sometimes people forget that when they watch all the fancy Unreal videos or any engine videos, pretty much, they're all made in laboratory situations. No AI running, no NPCs in there, just a very
It's a controlled environment.
Staged and controlled environment and everything, and it looks, of course, stunning, but it's always greener on the other side of the fence. We decided that the CryEngine for us is best, works with everything we need. We got a license from Crytek in very early, so we bought it out for ourselves. We're having a full team that is tweaking the engine day in, day out, putting in all the...
So modifying to your needs.
I think it's our own version of CryEngine. Definitely, it's not a standard shelf version anymore, because the CryEngine was never made for open world RPGs. So we had to tweak it anyway. But we have a full tech ops team who's tweaking that day in, day out, making sure it runs fine. And I thought that with KCD1 we already squeezed every bit of energy out of the engine, but I think we topped it already with KCD2, and let's see what the future brings. All engines are time limited, so unless they are being developed further. So let's see. Right now we are happy with what we have, and are not planning to change that.
Well, it shows. It shows on in the end product. It really does. Yeah.
No.
Dwayne, it's time for you to get a point. Finally, in the pub quiz. Can we start Dwayne's song?
I know.
Dude. Dwayne, come on, this is really easy, man. This is your easy one. Everyone listening is losing their mind because they all know it. Are you serious? You don't know what it is?
Do you want a tip?
No, it's not allowed.
Just give me
Can't have tips.
It's an RTS.
Dwayne,
I worked on it.
This is one of the genres.
Everyone knows this game, Dwayne. What are you on about?
If there is one genre that's not mine, it's RTS.
You have to guess. What does it sound like?
Do you really know? Do you really think everyone knows that?
Literally everyone listening knows this game. Dwayne, come on.
I don't know. It stops for me at
I
Age of
literally don't know
Empires.
anyone who didn't play this game.
There's robots involved.
Dwayne, are you serious?
Command and Conquer, I don't know.
Oh my god, no cursing. Toby.
It's called Iron Harvest.
Iron Harvest, Dwayne. What are you?
Based on Scythe, the board game. Well, the game is not based on the universe. They share the same universe. It's like maybe you've seen these wonderful paintings where they have like these rural Poland, Prussia, Russia, and so on with those, and they're like scything the wheat fields, and in the back there's this giant monsters, robots with cannons. And
you have to show me because
there you go. I've never seen.
Oh
this
shit!
before.
Yeah, I do.
Dwayne. Yeah. Oh, now he does. Now he knows.
You run PR for this.
Yeah, well,
game, right?
So
explain, because I saw it in your Twitter bio, and I thought I'm gonna give Dwayne an easy one. Obviously, easy. Only dude who didn't play Iron Harvest. But what was your role? How did you end up?
So in between KCD1 and KCD2, I of course kept my role and did what I was able to do. But at some point, PlayOn, who's our publisher and now owner, asked if we can support them on their other project. And by we, I mean me and my colleagues in the marketing department, some of them at least. And we got several games of PlayOn, and the one that I got alone was here with King Art Games from Germany, from Bremen. Yeah. And they are working...
Because you're half German as well.
I'm half German.
You guys love strategy games, right?
Of course.
That's your
strategy thing. And... yeah, absolutely. Management games.
Yeah.
Tycoons. Best. And it was actually a really, really great game art-wise, I think. It's based on the game style of Company of Heroes. So you have this like squad-based combat where when you build a unit, then you get usually a bunch of units and you have to put them behind cover, and there's full cover, half cover, and so on. Still an RTS though. And I like
Company of Heroes, by the way. Shout out
Company
to
of
that
Heroes.
game.
That was a great game.
So good.
That was amazing.
So good.
Yeah, great
so
game.
Iron Harvest. That's dope though. You guys are because normally when you're at the studio, a lot of publishers like, okay, those people are at that studio. There's cooperation in between them, but this is like almost an exchange program. Like, oh, you're in between. Can you help out here? Can you help out there?
Dude, you are a football fan, so if you have the best in your team,
Of
then
course, yeah.
you want to push your resources where you can.
Of course.
So they said, "Hey, we have the best PR manager in the world." But by that time, I was just PR. They said, "Hey, we have the best PR manager in the world. How about we support that game with
Iron Harvest needs it. It needs the 20 goal
best,
scoring striker.
the best of the best, of course.
Obviously.
Nah, but in reality, in at least as I'm not sure how all the other developers in the world do it, but most of the developers that are somehow under the PlayOn or Embracer or THQ umbrella, they usually don't have marketing and PR
for themselves. For
themselves.
Dev side.
Dev side, exactly. Yeah. And so they were just pushing resources from Warhorse Studios to some that are close to me. And by close to me was I speak German, so that helps already. I did also some Czech games, so of course. But they of course do have their THQ and PlayOn have their marketing and PR people, obviously, but it's good if they can put someone permanently on a project and they don't have to jump between.
We love PlayOn because they did the Street Fighter 6 tournament here. So there's still only one official Dutch Street Fighter 6 champion.
But there's only one Street Fighter, and that's Street Fighter 2 Turbo.
Oh my God, Toby! So far, we're gonna end the podcast here now. If you there's Street Fighter Third Strike. No.
I think this is the part where I leave the room. This is the part where I leave the room, guys. Leave you to it.
Street Fighter 2 is by far the best Street Fighter ever.
We're gonna agree to disagree on this one.
Street Fighter 4 it was actually okay. I did like it.
Okay.
I liked it.
Street Fighter, okay. Yeah, make your point.
I liked Street Fighter 4. I liked it actually a lot. I hated Street Fighter 5. I really did.
Why? Why did you hate Street Fighter?
Because I played it and I felt like, where are all my characters?
Yeah, that's it. Really, 5 released bare bones.
Yes, and because I was my whole childhood is about the SNES. I played it day in, day out. My whole summer vacation was playing SNES or football outside. Yeah. So these two things, and my top games were Street Fighter 2, Super Mario Kart, and International Superstar Soccer. So
Deluxe or
no, the regular one.
The regular one. Yeah.
And Probotector. So Contra called Probotector here in Europe. A great game as well. I didn't. Indeed. When I was even younger, I played it on the on some Atari or something. I can't remember anymore. And
we had one on the Commodore 64, which was really rip-offy, but that was cool as well.
Because I was very young and didn't know how to speak English and read English, we just called it Action. Let's play Action, because no one knew what the game's name was.
Always said to me, let's play Action. I'm like, okay, let's go. But we're gonna stick with Street Fighter. Yeah. Did you play Third Strike?
No.
That's where you went wrong.
Best soundtrack also.
Of all time. Who's your man? Who are you playing with?
Ryu.
Ryu? Mm-hmm. Just Ryu, or is there like a side?
Ryu, Blanca, Vega. Wow. But Ryu is my go-to person. But if I'm winning too often, then they force me to change. Then I change to Blanca, Vega, Chun-Li. Chun-Li has a bit of a tricky movement set in my opinion, but
Vega
is cool.
Vega as well. Yeah,
Vega is difficult because you have to move backwards so often. But and Blanca was pretty much the same or similar. I never play Ken though, which would be pretty much the same or very similar movement set as Ryu.
Until Luke came out, I was the Ken guy, and before that I was the Sean guy.
It's a bit surprising that you play Ken because he's called Masters, right?
Yeah,
which is not.
Which is what I do with the game. I'm master.
Oh, right. Oh, you do. Okay.
But, wow. Street Fighter 2 the best. I can get behind someone who didn't play Third Strike saying that. But because we did the Street Fighter 6 review in the last, I did in the last, the Switch version. And I was like, this series, nothing but fucking bangers. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, everything. Only 10
5? You liked 5?
I ended up really liking 5. I ended up because I reviewed it when it came out and I gave it like a 7 or something because it was like really bare bones. I wanted to turn it into like this live service platform thing. And then they started
great idea
characters and then the netcode actually started working, and then 5 ended up, especially because 5 they needed someone to save it, and they were I think they were prepping Luke for to be the big man in 5, and then they ended up adding him in 4 at the last minute to get some extra attention. Or this is 5 and 6. But Yeah. Luke came to 5, and he was supposed to be the main guy in 6, but they needed some extra like spice in 5, and they brought him in, and I started playing him, and I'm like, oh shit, went back into the game, and then turned out it ended up being an amazing Street Fighter, amazing online experience as well, and 6 again, but from the start, yeah.
Up until Street Fighter 4, I started to prefer Tekken actually.
I can imagine.
As you should.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
I'll always be Street Fighter and Dead or Alive after, but yeah,
Tekken till I die.
Tekken 3 was for me mind blowing,
insane.
Because I do remember, since we do Pupquiz here with the intros, the Tekken 3 intro, which is from the arcade machine, right? Where you insert coin and it's just great, and the music. Oh
man,
so
Brian
good.
Fury is my man.
Same here. Brian Fury and Steve Fox. I like Steve Fox, man. If
Steve
you
Fox is
dodge
cool.
your kid,
Steve entered in 4, right?
Steve entered in 4.
Yeah. Brian entered in or not? Yeah, Steve entered in 4. Steve entered in 4.
Yeah, you're right.
Important question though. How do you hold the controller in Tekken?
Same as always. How do you hold it?
I have to hold it like this.
Oh, really? Oh, no.
So I'm holding left thumb, of course, and then middle finger and how do you call them? Pointing finger.
Yeah.
So like that. To be faster
really?
on the.
And now, do you play Street Fighter the same as well?
No.
Then you hold the controller normally because it's less like the combos.
Yeah, the
based.
combos.
Yeah,
and
how do you hold it?
and
Dwayne?
a lot easier.
Just normally, but I'm not playing like characters with super combos. I have to be honest.
Everyone in Tekken has super combos.
If you take like a Jin Kazama in Tekken 3 at the time, it was very much manageable. If you knew you know how to play Kazuya, you knew how to play Jin.
Yeah. So
In 3,
up until a certain level.
Yeah, up to a certain level you could, and I like to outsmart people with the sidestep. So I love to hold it, to use my thumb to just to do the sidestep read and then punish with a launcher and try to go to work from there.
Do you play stick or
The controller? No stick.
it's just analog, the D-pad? Yeah, of course, obviously.
Me too.
Where are you on Dead or Alive? My second favorite.
Never. Not
nothing.
Played it, but I have no idea about it at all.
2 is they really fucked that series up. That series is like I'm like it's only been downhill from Dead or Alive 2. But
Isn't that the one where they have the bikini volleyball?
They also have Extreme Beach Volleyball Jiggle Physics spin-off. They did that, yes, but they also have Ryu Hayabusa. Of course, now, I'm a huge Doa guy. Okay, Street Fighter, best game ever. Some say 2 is. Some say Third Strike is. Where were we on the Pupquiz? Did we already do your?
I want to. I really
it's
want.
2-0, Dwayne.
Yeah, I know.
You're not getting another.
Do I get his point?
Yes, you do.
Great.
That's why it's 2-0.
I'm ahead.
Are you ready for your next?
Let's go.
Let's go.
This means you can seal it with this one.
Yes. Mafia.
5 years have passed since bloody civil war was brought to an end in the Republic of Altus.
Thousands of families remain displaced. Refugees scattered across countries around the Mediterranean.
Command Conquer, but I don't know which one. Red Alert 2, I have no idea.
No.
Is it Command Conquer though?
No. He already said that last game. But it's not. Dwayne, do you want to hear it again?
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear it again for Dwayne.
It's not gonna help. But
It's not Skyrim. I'm giving you that.
5 years have passed since bloody civil war was brought to an end in the Republic of Altus.
Thousands of families remain displaced. Refugees scattered across countries around the Mediterranean.
Dwayne, come on. I can't make it easier than this, man. This is the second easy
you
one.
keep saying this. It's not easy at all.
It's extremely easy.
Everyone knows the game. Everyone plays the game.
I don't know. Literally, my grandma.
You
she's dead.
You told me you would screw me
she
over.
She died playing this game. I've been playing it all morning before I got here.
You didn't play Command Conquer?
I didn't play Command Conquer, no.
Oh man,
Dwayne, come on.
know,
well,
man.
It sounds a lot like a strategy game, which it's
it has this
It's not a
sci-fi,
XCOM 1 maybe, or UFO or something like that.
Could be.
Say XCOM 1.
To hell with it. I say XCOM 2.
No.
Oh, so close. It's Arma 3.
Arma.
Oh man, it's
You
deep,
know-
deep military simulation. Yeah.
You know those guys who make
Of course,
Arma?
Bohemia Interactive. Sorry, guys. I
Shame.
Never played
I'm not
Arma.
even sure this is I think this is the intro to the campaign. That's what YouTube said. I have no idea. I never played Arma. I wanted to talk real quick about like the vibe in the Czech Republic, because
Yes.
I know Dwayne and I both visited Poland a couple of weeks ago. These guys are like fucking booming. Like they have 11-bit, Bluebird, CD Projekt, of course, everything. What's happening in the Czech Republic? How are you guys getting along?
We are a few years behind Poland, but on the same track, I would say. The gaming industry is booming there. We have, for the Czech Republic has only, 10 million inhabitants or something like that. But we have giant studios like SCS Software, who's working on the Euro Truck Simulator. No one knows about that, but they're extremely successful in their niche.
That's Dwayne's next guess
Yeah.
for his intro song.
Euro Truck Simulator, great game. We have Bohemia Interactive. They are the biggest studio in the Czech Republic. They have 450, 500. They even have studios outside the country. Arma, Daisy, all based on Operation Flashpoint, which was the godfather. The guys who did many of the guys who did Operation Flashpoint now work at Warhorse. Viktor Botsan, for instance. He's the one who did the combat system for KCD, so you can see the realism thing is in his veins. We have us. We are the second biggest studio, I think, in the Czech Republic. We have Amanita Design, if you ever heard of that. They're very artsy, beautiful, painted stuff. But
Is there a lot of solidarity?
yes, most of the studios are based in Prague, so the fish pond is really small. Everyone likes each other, knows each other, hates each other. It's like this love. It's a very Czech thing.
Is it like a school?
It's like
different
school.
classes.
Exactly. And I think the success of KCD2 now this year will absolutely support all the developers in the Czech Republic. It's a bit like, again, since we are football
Rising
fans,
tide raises all ships.
if the Netherlands wins the World Cup ever or European Cup, then
It'll happen. Trust me.
it will at some point.
Yeah.
We
must.
Well, actually, it might actually happen.
I was dead serious. It will happen. Before I'm dead, it will happen.
But this usually inspires then young kids or whoever to actually also pursue
That's why we
a
play
career.
darts, because Barney exists.
There you go.
Like one guy being good at it.
And I think in the gaming industry it's also the same. So if really KCD will be if KCD will be nominated for GOTY or even wins anything there or any award, pretty much, this will of course support the entire industry. And
You guys are definitely, everyone at the studio is expecting a nomination, right? I cannot imagine otherwise.
No, can't imagine you won't get nominated.
like us, don't jinx it and so on. So I don't think that anyone expects to win anything. But the nomination should
for
be
Game of the Year.
I think we should be nominated, and if not, that would be I would want to see the reason why not.
Yeah.
So if anyone decides against it, then I want to hear why.
Would anyone burn the venue down if you guys are not nominated? Be honest.
Well, I hope I will be there in person, so I will I will boo them.
Yeah. Or you would be the one like, I got my Molotov on me right now. Why didn't they nominate us? But yeah. That's that must be a weird thing in an industry where like 5-6 games a year pop off and are gonna be nominated. We can pretty much normally, like at least 3-4 of them, we can guess with a certain amount of like certainty. This is a tough year to
quite
make
a year,
that guess.
right?
But
So
then again,
much
if
cool
I
stuff
am a
coming out.
Warhorse, I made this game, I saw the reviews, I'm like, fuck it. If we're not nominated, shit is rigged.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's rigged anyway, but but then it will be obvious.
Yeah.
But we have a downside, the disadvantage. Really releasing in February, there's some kind of fatigue. It's always there, and you can the games that release later are hits. Ghost of Yotei is coming, so this year is really crazy. It's so crazy. Even GTA said nope, that's too hot for us. we better go to 26. So
GTO is afraid of Ghost of
Of
Yotei.
course,
And
of KCD
Marathon,
as well.
really.
They saw the release of KCD, said, okay, nope.
This is too good.
Too good.
Can beat it.
Nope. Let's go to 26. But 24 was really weak, in my opinion, my personal opinion. So 25 is like crazy good. And this year's GOTY
We only had
will
Silent
be...
Hill 2 in 24.
Huh?
We had Silent Hill 2 in
Oh, yeah.
24. That's
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It was good, but still,
Yeah, it's not 25.
it's not 25.
No.
And this year's GOTY will be crazy, really. Even the Donkey Kong game is great, right? But so let's see. I personally, I mean, GOTY would be great. Of course, it would be great, but I don't really think we have so many chances there. But in my opinion, the one that I'm really looking for is the best RPG, because that is where I see ourselves, and that is where also Warhorse wants to establish themselves. I can't tell you what we do next, but I can tell you it will definitely be an RPG, and we definitely want to make it better than KCD2. So would be great to get an appreciation for RPGs and immersion and authenticism and so on.
If I'm, because like I said at the start, I didn't play, but everything I'm hearing is like, dude, you've never played anything like this immersion wise. If you guys aren't winning, who's gonna win? And why is it Death Stranding 2?
Because it's Death Stranding 2 is like a Tarantino movie. You either love Tarantino or you don't understand him. So Death Stranding is the same. I don't understand Death Stranding. So
Dwayne doesn't either. So he's a hater.
I don't know, honestly. I think GOTY will be difficult because for me there's not a single game there that is standing out where you say, yeah, that's absolutely GOTY.
It's not
that's,
like
it's
Zelda
super
Breath
clear.
of the Wild Year or something.
No,
like that.
Claire Obscure is doing great in the reviews and in the user feedback, but it's also not a clear winner or something like that. So I think that it will be a tough fight, and that's good because then at least it's exciting. I think Ghost of Yotei will most likely be a banger as well. So. Or like all the Sony games are always bangers, so that's it's difficult. It's really difficult.
But in the RPG department, I think you really you.
I hope so. I hope
I'm
someone.
thinking Claire Obscure is getting a lot. Is going to get a lot of sympathy for because it's the press voting, so everyone loves to love Claire Obscure.
Yeah, but then if you're like really honest about like really going what's an RPG and what like role playing and
I definitely know where you're heading with this.
And I think KCD is just miles ahead from all the other games, and I don't want to be biased on that here, but I think RPGs like that's our forte.
Is he right, Dwayne? You're not biased. You played both games. You love both games.
Yeah, I would definitely. I definitely favor KCD a little more than Claire Obscure because indeed the
overall or in the RPG department.
In the RPG department, because the true RPG immersion and experience is KCD is the best because you truly embody someone living in that time in that time period, having to take things into account that people in that time had to take into account, all the while traversing a world where around every corner something interesting is waiting for you. And I think that one of your lead devs also has some experience in tabletop gaming, right?
Martin Klima, the founder of the studio.
Yeah, exactly. He did a lot for D&D in Czech Republic. And it really sinks through when you traverse the map and you fast travel and you have these chance encounters with things or people on the way to your destination. Then it really comes to the surface for me.
I will give you one example about that wedding quest I mentioned earlier. Yeah. So if you are going sidetrack in the beginning and do the little side quests here and there, meet the characters and so on, and then go on that wedding, you will meet most of those people you met on those quests before, and they will be actually reacting to you like, hey Henry, how did you get up here? And they are reacting according to if you fucked up with them or if you did the quest well, and so they are behaving good. It's really, you get there and you see all the faces again, and you get this feeling of, I know this dude, and they know me, and they are reacting to
and
me.
And that is a role you played, and depending on...
It's just amazing, because you immediately feel like you did something that has an impact, that makes sense, that gets some responses, and so on. And Claire Obscure is... I love turn-based combat, so...
but it's not role-playing in that
part
sense.
Is good.
No, it's not role-playing.
I think the world is not connected at all. So there's like no... Outside the main characters that you are playing, there's no character development at all. There's no real NPCs. There's no... it's
almost like that's the RPG
interaction
part of the RPG.
Yeah.
Not everything's an RPG. That's called an RPG.
Action game. The story is very interesting. I think the art style is very interesting, and they found their way. It's very French as well. The game.
It's French.
But I don't know. Maybe it's just my idea of RPG is different.
If you're coming from that angle,
it doesn't matter so much what I think. At the end of the day, it's
course.
important what the people, what the players think.
Yes, in terms of being immersed in another world, I will use this as an example. Yesterday, I was playing just some open world traversing, and I came across in KCD, and I came across a skirmish in the forest, and these guys were like yelling, "Help me! Help us! Help us! Help us right now!" So I step in, managed to kill the group of humans that were raiding this the convoy, and this guy that's left alive tells me, "God, these guys they took my brother," and I think they took him to the Sigismund an encampment from the invading king. He took the brother of this noble guy's son, and he asked me to go after him. And I do so, and you talk with a lot of different people, and you try to negotiate with the guy who captured the brother. But at a certain point, you arrive at a point in the quest where you cannot do anything than either give in to crazy demands from the captor, or you fight. And at that point, I was lucky that I had a lot of side quests where I meet a lot of great warriors, and I could summon them. I could go to them and ask, "Lo, I got this big battle coming up. I need you. I helped you out earlier." And they all showed up. And then a lot of hours of gameplay comes together in one quest that I stumbled upon in the open world by chance. That's the illusion, and that immersion of feeling part of the world where lots of things happen and you're in the middle of it. That's just something no RPG has given me this
There's
year.
a character in the game who's like, he's the huntsman, he's always drunk, and he's the funny dude, like drunk and always gets into trouble and everything, right?
Sounds familiar.
And he's also in that on that wedding, and he asks you, "Hey, please, Henry, help me. Control me sometimes because I get overly wasted." And then if you help, the point though is
Sounds real familiar.
And the point is really, if you visit him later in his shack and he has some questing for you, and you hang around with him a little bit, at some points he starts opening up to you, and he tells you why he's always drunk, and you will figure out this like deep rabbit hole that he has like deep psychological trauma because he had to. Spoilers, he had to kill some women and children for some noble dude, and he keeps remembering the shouts and eyes and
this is
faces
not familiar.
and that he has this huge psychological trauma, and that only the alcohol helps him to kind of forget about that. And that's what I meant with the character development, that although they're usually not black and white, but they have like something to actually tell you and actually like share.
And even the villains, even the guys you hate you hate their guts, even those guys have these sides of tragedy or
Marquardt von Aulitz. You stumble upon. So he's in the. Marquardt von Aulitz is one of the antagonists in the game, and he in the first game kills your parents, and you remember his face. He doesn't know who the heck you are. And he's some kind of like leading the forces dude. And in the second game, he's approaching a castle. They have a parley, and one of your drunken friends just shoots him with a crossbow from the battlements, and he's being injured and whatnot. You then later meet him in his tent, this Marquardt von Aulitz dude, injured and in his death. Pretty much, he's like sitting there and he's dying. He will not survive the night, and you're getting in with again, huge spoilers. Sorry, you're getting in. My partner is sitting out there who haven't seen that part. So Teresa, cover your ears. You're getting in that tent where Marquardt is sitting, and he doesn't see you, and he's just, "Hey, pour me some wine." He thinks you're some servant, but you hold a dagger, and then you confront him, and he's like, "Who are you?" And he's, "You killed my parents." He's like, "I have no idea who you are," and blah, 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 blah. But he remembers this situation of fighting. But he then goes into this deep dialogue about he remembers everyone who he killed, and he doesn't do it it's war, and it's not. He doesn't do it for the liking. Then he asks you, "Are you sure you never killed someone's mother or father?"
Yeah.
And you step, and then at the end you have the decision. Hey, what do you do now? Do you leave him as he is, or do you actually stab him and so on? But you step out of that tent,
shit, man.
and all of a sudden you are not sure anymore. Like, what the hell?
It's not black and white. It's
what
not
just
right and wrong.
happened?
Yeah,
here?
exactly.
Like,
War
am
is
I
war.
the bad guy? Is he? It's like, oh my god. So
It's like
very
the
deep.
first time I had that
You
was
get
Far Cry 2.
goosebumps from that.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, but that's
Ooh, yeah, in Africa, right?
Far Cry 2 also had those dilemmas, which I really liked. But at the end of the day, if we're being totally honest, Kingdom Come Deliverance, is it the unofficial Defender of the Crown remake? If we're honest, the best game ever made.
I don't know. Like,
I'm a total blank again. Defender of the
Crown? No. Oh my god. Okay, Dwayne, we're gonna go to your. It's your turn, right? Your last number.
Yeah. I can't win. I can't win anymore.
It could be Defender of the Crown, which has a great intro song. Exciting. Can I have Scoot again?
beep.
That's it.
That's it. You can give him a few more seconds, Luke. Give him a few more seconds.
That's it.
Defender of the Crown 2. Okay, that's enough. That's enough.
Jet Set Radio?
Oh wow, so convincingly wrong. Do you have an idea? You were thinking Mafia again, right?
Yes,
With
of
the
course.
seagulls.
I thought you prepared for me.
I was thinking about Mafia yesterday when I told them which songs to play, and I didn't do it. But you would have had like 3 points already. It's not Mafia. It's not definitely not Jet Set Radio. Do you want to hear it again? You
Yes,
have that
please.
options.
Yes, please. It sounds Japanese.
It's very nice.
Is it Japanese?
I'll give you that. It is Japanese.
So it's someone is choosing a song, of course.
Yeah,
So
they're tuning the radio. That's why.
I don't think it's a radio. It's something like headphones or something, like an iPod or whatever. I heard seagull, so I first thought it's something in LA. Is it in the United States? But
I can only give one hint. There was that it was in Japan.
like it plays in
The
Japan.
game's from Japan.
Well, my tip is Yakuza, but I'm not sure. I'm just trying to connect Japan and the United States, and the last one was some crazy Yakuza game in the
It was Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Yes, it wasn't United States.
Hawaii is.
Yeah, it is, but I meant it's not LA.
Yeah.
LA.
I don't know, Yakuza.
It is Persona 3.
Shit!
Reload.
I wanted to say Persona, but I also
But
only
you were
had.
spot on describing what
I
is
wa-
literally someone at the beach.
I was thinking Persona all the time. It's like, I played 5, it was not 5. I played 4, it was not 4. I know of 3, I never played it. I want. Shit! Shit! I should have said
So
Persona.
close.
When the Hammond kicked in, I was. It felt like it.
You're a
could have
Persona
been
guy,
Persona.
aren't you? Don't you even have the
I haven't
vinyls?
played 3. I haven't played 3.
Same.
But
I
it
haven't played
sounds
three.
like
Shit! I should have
I
said
picked it
Persona.
up because I know you're a Persona guy and I wanted to give you something, throw you a bone, but you obviously don't want it.
Shit.
Announced obviously
Wow.
now for Switch 2. How did you watch the direct? Is that some? Are you like a gamer in the sense that? Because I can also imagine you're so focused once you work at a studio that's mainly your bubble, or are you someone? Oh yes, there's a direct, there's a Nintendo Direct, Xbox Direct, a PlayStation thing. These
Sure.
new announcements. Are you watching everything, seeing everything?
I watch everything, seeing everything. It's also some kind of research in a sense,
Yeah.
of course. That's the market, the business, the industry we are walking in. So it's part of the job in a way. Switch 2, great. I didn't buy it yet. I'm waiting. We are waiting until all the hardware bugs are gone.
Yeah.
Because Nintendo has the bad habit of releasing stuff that breaks or scratches or whatever. So we are waiting for the first wave. And plus, I'm not convinced yet with the software for Switch 2. But generally, the Switch is an amazing platform.
In the sense of that, you mean the games that are there
Yet.
now? Yeah.
Mhm. Donkey Kong, of course, great. Mario Kart, okay, I guess, but 8 Deluxe is still best Mario Kart.
You're waiting for Fire Emblem. That's it, right?
Probably.
That's it. Yeah, I knew. We are all waiting for Fire Emblem.
Fire Emblem was great. Oh my god, I like the school one. 3 Kingdoms.
No, it's a Three Houses.
Schools. 3 Houses.
3 houses, yeah.
That one I liked a lot.
I love how we have so different tastes. I love every Fire Emblem except that one.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know
Why?
what I grew up on like the sacred stones, like on GBA, and Awakenings is the best one in the series probably. And then Three Houses came, and I'm like, oh man, this is too little of what I love, and that's really like the strategy, tactical part of it, and too much of stuff to do beyond around.
That's annoying.
And most people actually prefer Three Houses. I think that's probably the
Sweet spot, maybe.
Yeah, the most well-loved game. So you're in the majority, I'm in the minority, but I really love it when it goes deep into like the fighting, the tactical, the strategy part of it. Fire Emblem's so good, man.
Fire Emblem. I'm also Final Fantasy guy, and so
Same. Okay, maybe we'll match Final Fantasy. Which is the best one?
10.
We did a podcast on this last week. The only one I haven't played.
The best one.
I'm playing it right now. Literally.
So you know it's the best one.
I'm not convinced yet, but I'll probably never be convinced. I will let you personally know when I finish it. And
I think which one is the first one you ever played?
It's 7.
And that's why it's your favorite, right?
Yeah,
because I think,
and because it's
insane,
but
I strongly believe that you form a strong connection to the first Final Fantasy you ever played. My first was 10, then 9, then 7. No, 10, 9, 8, 7, 13, 15.
Mm-hmm.
I hated most of them. I like the old ones.
Yeah.
I also then tried Final Fantasy 1 and 2 and 3.
It's good stuff.
Good stuff.
6 as well?
I don't think so.
6 is
I was surprised by 9 actually. I was not a fan that it was kids the main characters.
Yeah.
I don't know, not a big fan of that, but I liked 9. The characters were all funny and quirky and kind of had a story. 10 in my opinion is just simply the best.
Yeah.
And 13 with Lightning was okay. It was 13, right? Or 12?
13 was Lightning. Yeah. 12 was the kind of MMO-ish, almost Star Wars in the desert.
Yeah. And I played this for a short while. Was not convinced, but I didn't like much the boy band Final
15.
Fantasy. That was when they started with the action combat, right?
Yeah.
Not a fan.
I love it. What was your favorite Final Fantasy, Dwayne? You're a player as well, right?
We had this conversation already.
Yeah. What was it?
And you scolded me over the fact that I only played a remake of 7.
That's all you played? I thought you were a big JRPG guy.
I know, I am, but I haven't played the old school Final Fantasies.
What about Persona and what's the name? Fabrizio?
Metaphor.
Metaphor.
Yeah, I played those. I played those, and I both love them.
Because I'm a Persona 4 guy. That's my first Persona. I couldn't get into 5, man. It's that was taking so much time, and I'm like, I'm not having fun, so I quit, which is really hard for me to quit a game. And Metaphor, I just blew through it because I really liked it.
The Japanese games, they have so many redundant side stuff in there, which is the one. That's the reason I almost never finish games.
Yeah. Do you play Yakuza?
No.
Speaking of redundant side stuff,
no.
Yakuza taught me it's okay to skip a lot of that stuff. If you want to play everything in a Yakuza, it takes just as long as KCD2.
That's actually what Rebirth taught me.
Yeah.
Rebirth had.
Rebirth fucked it up for me because it had too much blow. But Yakuza taught me it's okay to not do the mahjong minigame and learn the rules. It's okay to skip some side stories. It's okay to not pour 30 hours into a mini management game. I'm a sucker for what the Japanese are doing.
But if tomorrow I'm going to start up a classic Final Fantasy, you say 10. I should play 10.
10 is great. It's great. It has a great story. There's death involved. There's the cutscenes are amazing. They have their own minigame Blitzball, which is fun.
Blitzball is fucking awesome.
It's great.
Yeah.
Blitzball is really good. It gets too easy at some point, unfortunately. But at the beginning, it's actually pretty hard. You have to go through one match in the main story. reload if you don't win it.
I have a week of vacation ahead of
But
me. I'm looking for something to play.
Did you listen to last week's?
Yes, of
podcast?
course. Yeah.
Yeah, because we did a podcast. It was mainly about Final Fantasy X. There was a guy here, which his favorite game is 10, and I'm starting 10 because I'm writing an article about it in our next issue, and it's the only Final Fantasy I haven't played. So join me, Dwayne. Join me.
I will.
Not literally
Final
in my
Fantasy
house, just
10.
play the same game. I don't want to see you, but
On my Switch, I must be some kind of Switch 2 version.
There's a cool. I'm playing it on Switch.
There's a Switch.
It's just a remaster.
I will do it
the
as well.
range, soundtrack, and everything.
The 10 is the only Final Fantasy I remember reading about in some game magazine when I was young. With the guy, the blonde guy, Titus, I think is his name, with the sword standing in the water. I found the art. I found
That
really
sword is
cool.
super cool. Yeah. The blue sword with the bubbles.
Yeah.
Man, that's some dope shit.
Because you upgrade your weapons and then they look differently, and so that's really really cool.
Yeah.
It's nice.
What's the best 5 games ever? Is 10 in there?
The best 5 games ever for me,
Mm-hmm.
in no particular order. Anno 1800. I'm German. I love. Oh my god, I love that. It's a great. I love that game so much that when I
Specifically 1800, or does it
specifically all the Anno games are great. I played them all, but 1800 is just pinnacle, and so I'm looking forward to. There's another one
Rome?
coming this year, Pax Romana. So that one, XCOM 2.
Yeah.
I love that again. Technical,
XCOM, so
very
good.
technical. Actually, the mods are also really good. There's like Long War, I think, is one of the mods where it makes the game all of a sudden very good difficult.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
So that one.
You are German. XCOM, Anno.
Yeah. The SNES. So everything on the SNES. Really, every game is absolutely mind blowing in my opinion.
Choose one. Could be Terra Enigma. Could be anything else.
But I love the games for different reasons. Donkey Kong Country, for instance, on the SNES was, in my opinion, like a graphical breakthrough.
We didn't know what we saw back then.
Yeah, it was just outstanding. Super Mario World is just a great
10 out of
game.
10.
Yeah, absolutely. OG Mario Kart, that was my childhood. I was playing Mario Kart like when that, and the way how they made the fake 3D was just amazing. Where the character models were just getting smaller, which created this kind of idea of depth. And the entire world, you were always in the middle of the screen, and when you're turning left or right, the world is turning around you. So it really seems like you are doing circles and everything. It's really, really great. I'm a Football Manager fan, so Football Manager is great.
I was thinking about it's funny you mention it, like how they did the depth and the like everything in Mario Kart, because I was looking into Sega's, I don't know what's it called, like Super Pixels or whatever. Those old Sega games that really, it's really fascinating also because of the and you both must have seen it. Like there's this tweet of this guy. It's viewed millions of times. Like there's a castle in the background. It's really pixely. He just did something with AI, a couple of prompts, but it captures some magic. Like if this was a game, and everyone's like, this AI slop. The other half's like, every indie out there is trying to make this. Did you see it? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Okay, Luke, can we take a look? Do you know what I mean, Dwayne?
No.
Maybe it's in my algorithm. I keep seeing it. Everyone keeps retweeting it. It's How do you look for this? Like game, sword, pixels. I have no idea. I thought the whole world knew probably because I no. This ended. Oh fuck. AI game, sword, pixels. Maybe. No, whatever. Fuck it. If you can find it. But we. That's it. That's the second one.
Yeah.
Did anyone?
Yeah, I've seen this. Yes.
Never seen this before.
If you get a video for
this looks like an old school game.
It
does.
Duke Nukem kind of.
When it's in movement, it's like really fucking. But anyways, if you guys haven't really,
it's
seen
like
it,
the Duke Nukem kind of art style, but then in fantasy in the fantasy.
I've never seen any when you have it like moving. You see the moving image of it. It did something to me. It like unlocked this crazy ass. It connected something in my brain. Anyways,
that's Hexen connecting, I think.
Hexen could be. Yeah, Hexen was fucking
What are
good,
you
man.
guys playing right now?
I'm playing Final Fantasy X. and I just quit a couple of games because I finished them. 100 Line Defense Academy, which is like visual novel, Danganronpa style game. But it's mostly Final Fantasy X for me now.
Silent Hill 2 remake. And KCD.
Did you get to the hospital yet?
No, I didn't. No, because the past few days I've been playing KCD, but this weekend we're going back to the apartment block.
The
That's
Blue
right.
Creek apartment.
I have a feeling that I'm going to have to fight Pyramid Head pretty soon for the first time.
We'll never know. What are you playing?
I got a code from a friend of mine who's working at Tiny Build for the game The King is Watching.
Oh.
And it's an amazing, in my opinion, I'm hooked. It's a tower defense game. Everyone likes tower defense games, but it's a good tower defense game where you have to you are the king and you are watching your little castle, and and there you go. And on the left side we see your castle, right? And then from the right side the waves are coming, but only the things that you're looking at, and you can see it on the little square, the golden square. Only these production things are working in that moment. So on one side you have to strategically position all those buildings who are doing something, producing soldiers or producing resources or whatever, and you have to move around that square all the time to make sure that only the things that you need at this moment are working. So you have to strategically build the buildings, you have to develop characters, you have soldiers, you have to put spells on them, and it's really, really great. And it's a roguelike, so
It looks dope.
You die, you get some points, you can invest them into upgrades and so on. Really, really great game. That's my summer tip. I'm really hooked. It's a great game.
I just came off of Against the Storm, and I was literally addicted. It came out on PC years back, but it came to consoles like last month or something, and I got so addicted. I'm should be staying away from strategy games for a while now.
It looks like Warcraft 3.
It does have that vibe. It's a completely different. It's a roguelike city builder. Matches are like 45 minutes, an hour. Yeah, fuck it. I'm talking about this every week. It's time for our last pub quiz. The rules are a bit different. If you hear it, call it. You get one chance.
Okay. I'm 2-0 ahead, right?
It's 2-0.
Yeah.
So we call it a jantje in Holland if you make it 3-0.
Okay.
And Dwayne has to walk home if that's the case. So the final song. Here it goes. Just scream when you hear it, but you can only get one scream.
Kingdom Come.
Which one?
One,
yeah.
That's the intro. No, wait.
No,
the intro of Warhorse Studios.
This is the intro where you see your logos.
That's the Warhorse Studios intro. So,
Okay, you won. Yeah.
This is what we call
This
a
is
jantje.
jantje. Dwayne got a jantje in a Pupquiz. Are you guys, because I saw something and I really didn't dove too deep into it. I just saw it but is Kingdom Come, is anything happening on PS5 or being prepped for it or something like that?
what do you mean?
I saw something. Is it on PS5? Is there like a PS5 version of Kingdom Come Deliverance? Like the first one?
The first one?
Yeah.
No, there's no version of that. We have.
Is it coming?
Well, that's something I don't want to talk about at the moment.
We'll never know.
We'll never know until it comes. But now we, the thing is with all those ports. Same with the Switch version.
Yeah.
We don't have the time for that, and we don't want to do that ourselves. So
That's more of a publisher.
it's more of a publisher side or on publisher, because they then take some other publisher who's doing that. So we are not working on anything like that. We are working on the DLCs at the moment and are slowly preparing for what comes next.
Like pre-production. Is Kingdom Come 3 the obvious thing to expect from you guys, or could you do something else?
Well,
Is
that's the obvious thing to think. But I can tell you. Well, one thing I told you already, that we will definitely continue working on RPGs. But on the other hand, we are just too big at this moment, so we are thinking of doing several things at once. But it's it's too early to say something there because we don't know ourselves yet. But we want to do several projects probably in the future, not only be a one-trick pony.
Yeah.
So this would then
that's smart. Then
and there's also some kind of. That's actually a legit problem. Developers get fatigued if they do the same thing over and over again, and you don't want the best concept artists that are working at Warhorse Studios starting to get bored of the Middle Ages, so they might want to try something
And
else.
especially if it's like realism Middle Ages, the history doesn't change. It is what it is, of course.
Yeah.
So one Kingdom Come 3 and one Defender of the Crown remade, coming up from Warhorse. You heard it here first. Toby, thanks so much for coming
Thanks
here.
Thanks so much for coming.
Thanks for talking shit about Street Fighter 5. I will never forgive you. I hope you have fun at Kesselfest.
Thank you very much.
Probably shitty weather. It's Holland after all. Are you meeting any specific cosplayers there?
I'm invited to speak on stage there on Saturday about games and history and probably KCD. I'm not meeting anyone in particular, but I hope. And when we announced that we are going to Castlefest, then some of the Dutch and Belgium fans were like, "Hey, we are also going." So let's see. I expect, in this kind of events, I expect a lot of KCD.
Are you
fans.
wearing the Warhorse shirt to Castlefest?
Of course,
Okay.
so that everyone can see me.
If you see him, give him a shout out. Tell him
High five.
Third Strike is the best Street Fighter out there. One final question. You probably can't comment on this because it's a real sensitive subject. I understand, but I need to ask, what did you think about Dwayne's skills in the Pupquiz?
He tried.
Yeah.
And it's all about like the Olympic, as long as he was present.
Yeah. He's like the Jamaican bobsleigh team.
You keep rubbing this in.
Yeah.
You can't stop.
But Dwayne, you heard it. You tried.
Yeah. I will bow my head. with
You
this
tried.
young
It was difficult. It was difficult. There was no mafia.
No. And I gave him Persona, I gave him Iron Harvest, a game which everyone knew, like for a second. Thank you, Toby. Thank you, Dwayne. Thank you all for listening. If you are listening, of course, or you can hear me. Thank you. We gaan even lekker naar het Nederlands. Volgende week zijn we er weer. Dan is Martin weer terug. Zijn we een podcast van ongeveer 59 minuten en 59 seconden. Kijk, we gaan niet Dwayne uitnodigen. Die is zo fucking slecht in de pubquiz. Die mag de komende tijd niet meer komen. Tot dan. Oh nee, ik denk dat dit maandag uitgezonden wordt.
Ja.
Dus, veel plezier op Castlefest, wat afgelopen weekend dus was. Doei!
Doei.
Doei.